Thank you. I got a bit of a shock when I came down tonight. I was going to speak about London because people told me that's where all the action was and that's where the big BNP breakthrough was going to happen. But when I walked in this room tonight, I've rewritten my speech because I can tell that Barnsley is where the big BNP breakthrough is going to happen. This isn't a meeting, it's a rally. It's the best meeting I've been to all year. They say the UAF are having a meeting down the road in the local church to stop the BNP. I don't know who's there, because everyone in the village is in here tonight. Now, I'm not going to talk about the problems, but I will say is parties that are successful, that are going somewhere, that are going to win candidates, that are a threat to the establishment, they have problems. And the reason people are always busy slagging me off, slagging off the BNP and slagging off Nick Griffin is because they want to derail this party, because we're the biggest threat to the corrupt political establishment. We're the only threat. Now, I'm going to start by speaking about issues that affect or are affecting the whole of Europe and all of the white native people in it. Because at the moment, I would say it's a frightening time to be living in Europe. The BNP, for many years, has been warning about the creeping Islamification of not only Britain and our cities, but the whole of Europe. But that's nothing compared to what's just happened in Serbia. And I'll call it Serbia because I don't recognise Kosovo as an independent Muslim state. Because what we have there is what the UN call the first European Muslim state. Now it's not. It's part of Serbia, a white Christian country. Yet Albanian Muslims have moved there. They've colonised it. Kosovo is what used to be described as old Serbia, because in medieval times it was the heart of the Serbian economy. It was part of Serbian politics, and now it's a Muslim state. Now it's a place where the white, native, Christian Serbians fear for their very life. It's a place where you'll see white people, and you've seen it on YouTube for those who've looked it up, being beheaded by Muslims. It's a place where churches are being shut down and replaced with mosques. The heart of old Christian Europe replaced with Islam. And who has rubber stamped that? Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, Bush, the UN. White, liberal traitors who have sold our white Christian ancestry down the line. Because I'll say that Islam, in its true form, in what we see in places like Kosovo, is completely incompatible with our Western Christian way of life. Let's just take three things which are integral to us. Things that liberals who say we have no culture and no way of life and say British is nothing. When they speak to me on television, they say, well, what is it to be British? How arrogant are they to question me to what it is to be British, to mock the very meaning of Britishness. There are three small things that I'll talk about tonight which are integral to our way of life. that Islam would wipe from the face of the map. The first is animals. How many people here have pets? Well, you wonder why Muslims don't. It's illegal to depict living creatures. That's why when you go to places like Oldham or Bradford, whose coat of arms was once the owl or the Bradford boar respectively, you see them disappearing. Parts of our culture, parts of our ancestry that reach back hundreds if not thousands of years, they're being airbrushed to appease a vocal minority. Our culture that's been in these isles for tens of thousands of years, disappearing overnight to appease a rowdy minority. The next thing, the treatment of women. Now, I like women. If I want to drive through Leeds, on a sunny day and look at women walking down the street in low-cut tops, that's a pleasure. I don't want to see those women being spat at and abused for simply choosing to wear clothes that these people who have been here 5 minutes don't approve of. And this isn't just my opinion. This is Western culture. Look back as far as you want to go. The Renaissance, Roman sculpture, Greek art. Central to all those things was the depiction of the female form. It is part of our culture, heritage. It even goes beyond human rights. It's part of what we are, part of what we fought for, part of what our ancestors died for. And these people want to take it away from us. The brutal wave of anti-white racist attacks carried out by these people because we are non-believers, because we don't choose to follow their religion. They say they're born into their religion. I say no. They are followers. Religion is not something that you're born into. It's not something that's foisted upon you. Religion is a theology. It's an idea. It's something we all choose. So how can they force it upon us as if it's a birthright? Islam is a charter to take over the Western world, and is the greatest threat we as Western people have ever faced. I'd like to point out what I've said tonight. Some people would call me a racist, and some people would call me a fascist. They would say I'm laying the blame at the door of Muslims. Well, I'm not. The blame for the state in Kosovo, the blame for the state of Bradford, the blame for the state of the whole country lies at the door, not of the Muslims, but of the traitorous white politicians who have sold us down the line. And you people tonight, you're here at a turning point. You can stand up tonight and make a difference. You can help people. You can stand as a candidate. You can go out there and speak to people in the street and tell them, I'm voting BNP. You can go out and you can help leaflet, and you can take the fight to the corrupt Labour politicians. You can take the fight to the streets. And you can make sure Barnsley does not become a Kosovo. You can make sure this stays a white, proud Christian town. Thank you.